Here I am. Once again, I should be practicing for myself, but I want to share some some thump bass insight for you. You know who you are. If we haven't met yet, my name is Ted and I talk bass. I want to show you something real quick. Let me switch to this bass view right here. And people ask me from time to time about this bass. This is a Marco TFL. This bass was built for me in 2017. It is alder rosewood, Marco's preamp, Marco's pickups. I think that's a hip shop bridge. Anyway, and the crown jewel is the original Prince love symbol at the 12th fret. The one from 85, baby. So check this out. I am going to show you, I got to have my little footstool. I'm going to show you some very simple thump bass principles. All right. A lot of times these grooves are going to be built off of like a specific rhythmic pattern. If you've seen my videos on the groove architecture, you know that a groove is going to be built, two measures built over time. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, also, harmonically, tonally, when we talk about funk in this style, a lot of times funk is going to be in E. Originating on 4-string basses, you got that low E thump. But in this funk region here, right, the 5th fret of the A string and the 7th fret, excuse me, don't want to be indecent, hammer on, and 2 thumps on the E string. 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1 E and a 2, 3, 4, 1 E and a 2, 3, 4. Now, when I was learning how to thump way back in the olden days, before YouTube and all that good stuff, software and et cetera, I would take things like this and use them as learning tools, etudes, and, slow them down thusly, like this. 3, 4, 1 E and a 2, 3, 4. So that's at 4/16 notes, 1 E and a 2, 3, 4, 1 E and a 2, 3, 4. Okay? 3, 4, 3, 4. Now I'm going to build on that pattern. You'll also notice, if you are new here, you will notice that a lot of times I will not immediately put on a backing track to play with, and that is for good reason. And that reason is because the groove, the time, the feel, all of that has to start with me individually. Everybody in the band is responsible for the time and the groove, but it starts with the drummer and the bass player. In this thumping and plucking style, or slap bass, but we'll call it thumping and plucking to honor the originators of this style. This is both percussive and harmonic, rhythmic and harmonic. The bass is the link between rhythm and harmony. So to that, let's keep that rhythm focus first. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, it's in me, right? It's inside me. 4. Because I'm now adding the harmony and the rhythm. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some accents with a ghost pluck on my G string. Ghost pluck. Now I thump the way that I do it. My thumb is typically parallel. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Now, let's talk about this sort of open and close on the fretting hand. Hammer on. You see it? It's not really a slap, but it's more of a opening and closing. If you could think about this in the same way that you might think about a hi-hat opening and closing. But the secret to getting this down, I promise you, the secret to getting this down is, micromanaging it, slowing it way down. Super slow. I kid you not, that's how I got it, right? Over time, now, I'm using, for those hammer-ons, I have that D and E. I also have that D and E as well. You hear this in a lot of funk tunes, especially 70s and 80s, things like that. And they will sound different, they'll give a different flavor depending on whether you go up or you come down. This is what I mean. It is a coordination thing. All right. So now I'm going to add other stuff around it. Also, here's another secret. And the secret is, if you want to get good at your thumping and plucking, there are two keys, really one, and I'll explain what I mean by one, that you need to become familiar with. E minor and G major. Why? Because E minor is usually, especially depending on the era, is going to be the key, E minor. However, E minor is the relative minor of G major. So G minor, E major, E minor, G major. There's a G major dyad, the G and the major 10th. Watch this. Do you understand what I'm saying? So G major, A minor, G major, E minor, they're related. Every major scale has a relative minor scale. And funk music, particularly of a certain era, helps to know the shapes and the movements that you can make within G major, E minor. Now, this is a great place for me to tell you about Groove School over at TED Talks Bass, where you have a community, you have a library of resources, and the real value is that you have access to me to ask your questions, get them answered on a weekly call. All right, you can find that at tedtalksbass.com. So I'm going to now put on a groove, and I'm just going to pick a stock loop. Well, I don't know if it's stock. This is a loop out of Logic Pro. Now, I'm not going to follow the kick, okay? I'm actually going to do my own thing, but I'm going to play that same idea that I was playing before over this groove. Do you understand? So that's the basic rhythm. Okay, that's the basic rhythm. Watch. So then we pick up vocabulary, right? You hear, these are new strings. Woo! Just put these on yesterday. And you know what you do with new strings? You slap them or you thump them. So you pick up vocabulary, right? But everything is being born out of this rhythm. Now, if you look at and that's a very Louis Johnson sort of an idea. If you look at Louis Johnson's, the famous Star Licks video, you'll notice that most, if not all of those grooves have at their core the same rhythm. Okay, so he's just and I don't want to call it a formula certainly not in a way that is insulting to the late great Louis Johnson. I'm only saying that formulas are good things. Frameworks are good things. Let's change the word formula for system, right? When you have systems in place, systems for learning songs by ear, systems for warm-up, systems for practice sessions, you understand what I'm saying? So all I'm doing now is taking that idea. Again, these hammer-ons and stuff, you hear this and stuff like they're all G major, E minor. Boy, I hope that helps somebody. I really do need to get back to my own practice time here. I have a gig tonight, my own gig tonight that I need to be on point for. One of the tunes, what was inspiring me to do this was we're playing Run for Cover tonight, and I haven't played it in a while. You want to see that? So one of the things, like when I need to warm up on something like that, I really need to. I'm not infallible. It's almost harder to play it slow because when you're playing slow, everything gets exposed. But there it is. There it is. Thumping and plucking. It really ain't that hard. It really ain't that hard. You got to just have some systems for how to get it done. I got to get back to the shed myself. If we just met, my name is Ted and I talk bass. I've been helping bass players make sense of this instrument since 2007 on YouTube. I do content every single week, and every now and again, I just pop up and do a live stream like this one. If you are an intermediate bass player, so you get no edits here. If you are an intermediate bass player, I just dropped a video today that is absolutely worth your time checking out and sharing with other musicians who might be struggling to break through a plateau. You know, like I always say, it ain't rocket science, it's pocket science, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.